Hello, and welcome back to another episode of SCP Secret Files. It's been a little while since I played this last, so yeah, I'm probably gonna be a little bit rusty, but we're just gonna pick it up right back where we were. Jump into the next SCP straight away. I don't want to waste time like messing around with this and stuff, as I normally tend to do, and then I have to cut out a crap ton of stuff out of the video. I just don't want to be doing that. So yeah, I never did actually properly look at the sites. I do want to take a moment to do that and just see if there's anything of noteworthy. So Site 73 of creates super material capable of releasing and absorbing extraordinary amounts of energy. The Anomaly Development Department hopes to construct new containment facilities using the super material. Okay. It's facing a shortage of D-class personnel. According to Foundation's Experiment Resource Sharing Protocol, Site 105 will temporarily transfer 40 D-class personnel to Site 19. Critically endangered species have been discovered in a Guatemalan sinkhole, one after another. Foundation agents believe it may be related to previous escape of SCP-994. 994. Nope, can't think of what one that is. Level D fugitive personnel from Site 17 was recently found in the eastern region of Mexico. The Foundation has dispatched a new NTF to arrest him. It's reported that D-Class had obtained all special operations knowledge after drinking the clear water in SCP-769, thus allowing him to break through many obstacles and successfully escape. Site 6. 5 members of the Church of the Broken God forcefully enter Site 6 and, armed with rifles, engaged in a fierce confrontation with site security personnel. 2 hours later, 4 of the armed rioters were killed and the last was wounded and arrested. The purpose of their invasion has not yet been disclosed to the public. At present, Site 6 has temporarily upgraded its security measures and is considering whether to transfer key containment items. Artwork by SCP-067 exhibition can now be found at Site 77. This art exhibition brings together carefully selected SCP-067 creations made to get between the years 2003 to 2011, including the famous Rhesus macaque impression. The exhibition lasts 7 days. Fugitive robot SCP-2040 was found on a farm. Fugitive robot was found on a farm southeast of San Diego, California, and has been effectively contained by MTF. Pacification and amnestics for witnesses still ongoing. According to the assessment, impacts of this incident will exceed last year's Cocoon incident. A few more areas now. Foundation discovered an intact human corpse. The corpse contains anomalous properties. Been transferred through a few different sites. No idea why it appeared. Recently, a case of SCP-610 infection has been recorded in the Aomori area of Japan. It's the latest incident of blood flesh disease since the outbreak in Siberia. Siberia or Siberia? I guess Siberia, but I thought it'd be Siberia. Last summer, maybe Siberia is the same place. Infectious disease expert believes the spread of the infection is linked with terrorist activities. In Shanghai, China, plans to transfer SPCN 1374. CN is in China. The original site director unexpectedly vanished after the activation event. Okay. 20 minutes before Hurricane Beth was expected to hit Australia, it was suddenly downgraded from Category 3 to Category 1. Leafs and units related to the appearance of SCP-2285. In order to contain it, but the operation was blocked by the Ethics Committee. Currently, the question of whether it should be contained remains under discussion and review. I guess 2285 is probably like a human SCP that's going around that's stopping natural disasters or like making them less threatening to save people, and that's why the Ethics Committee is like, don't contain them, they're doing good for the planet. An explosion occurred at Site 312, no casualties yet to be reported. Possibility of an external attack has been ruled out, but it's unknown whether the incident was caused by an SCP. 84, enormous 600-kilometer long creature emerging from the deep sea region, the southern Indian Ocean. After repeated comparisons, found this creature to be SCP-169. As of today, all posts and other official. Okay. And we're back to spinning. Cool. Well, that was fun. Just double checking we can't click any of these. Let's get on, because how long was that? I can't even see. Why is it not telling me how long I've been recording for? Oh, it does. It's right at the bottom. 5 minutes. Right. Let's continue. Okay, cool. So this one is objects in a regular clay pot with a height of 23 centimeters, diameter of 28 centimeters, but not be fooled by its appearance. It's an organism, a womb. Yes, an earthen womb. SCP-660 may be safely stored in a standard safe deposit box, provided its mouth remains covered with an inert perspex disc and sealed with tamper-proof tape. Of tests involving human experimentation. So skin flap harvested from the left thigh of a D class. General healthy in all respects. Daily biopsies indicate viability of sample. Cell samples taken from tissue graft, culture in vitro revealing a predisposition towards precancerous and cancerous growth. So taken from SCP-660. Oh no. So put back onto a D class of 2nd and 3rd degree burns. Tissue graft takes without complication, healing in accordance to usual steps of adherence, serum inhibition and revascularization. However, as it's common with severe burn cases, the compromised skin barrier led to infection and eventual fatal septic shock. Postmortem biopsy analysis indicates skin graft would have returned to full histological structure and function had the recipient survived. House mouse. Consciousness of a D class was implanted into the house mouse. Capable of restoring the consciousness to its original body after removal from the SCP. Interview was conducted once D614 was familiarized with this interface and exercises included below. I guess I'll have to take your word for it. And how did that feel? Suffocating and stretching. Could you be more specific? How the hell do you think it felt? Even mice need to grow and move and live. Every part of me was straining, but I was stuck. I thought I would explode. Okay, interesting. So it seems like they're trying to heal people with it or just trying to see what it does, and a lot of the time it ends up causing cancer. Right arm successfully reattached previous owner. Biopsy reveals little to no precancerous cell growth. It's like it rapidly causes the cells to replicate in order to heal, but because it causes them to replicate so quickly and so uncontrollably, it can lead to some of them basically becoming cancer. Because I'm not sure if you know the way cancer works. I'm obviously not an expert in it, but from what I understand is cancer cells are normally caused by mostly stem cells that kind of go a little bit out of control and then infect other cells around them, and that causes the cancer to spread. That's my understanding of cancer. Could be wrong there, could be like nearly there but not quite, but that's my understanding of it. So in this scenario, it'd be like maybe creating stem cells to heal an injury, and because it's doing it so quickly, the cells are far more likely to go out of control and cause cancer. So it's, I reckon the cancer is almost like a side effect for this. So injured, right arm successfully reattached. Reports return sensation in figures right hand. Little to no precancerous growth. I guess it also depends on the size of whatever needs to be healed, I would say. Yeah, interesting. So it can preserve it too. It's like it heals anything that would be necessary for reattachment to the subjects and nothing else, because otherwise surely it would just regrow an entire human eventually. Oh, so the last class D died from teratoma with malignant transformation. I think teratoma is a type of cancer. I've seen fetus and fetu before, but never have I had one try to grab my probe during an autopsy. It's been neutralized, no longer exhibits any forms or shapes. It's been classified as safe by the Foundation. Okay. This one might just be like a drag stuff over. Like, we might not actually be doing an SCP thing here. So I probably should have read this first, but I mean, it's pretty much extracted everything I read anyway. Oh, it would be good to kind of... is capable of indefinitely preserving all biological tissue placed within it, regardless of external conditions or the status of the sample, until the tissues are removed. Living tissue will remain viable and living organisms will remain alive, even when deprived of sustenance for extended periods of time. While the exact mechanism responsible for this is uncertain, isotopic labeling has shown that it involves the exchange of biological matter between the sample and SCP-6's interior coating. Retain abnormally high rates of cell replication. Several samples tested positive for precancerous markers in smear tests. So yeah, basically, because it causes cells to replicate in such an uncontrollable manner, obviously abnormally high rate, it's not that it's causing cancer, it is just basically giving the ideal kind of circumstances for cancer to occur, I guess. Most likely having been sealed in the artifact for at least 6,600 years. However, immediately underwent massive transformation upon removal. Additionally, developing several consistent with anthropogenic progression, is most likely neutralized. Most likely. Was originally recovered from an archaeological dig in where it was found in a purported gravesite among a number of other mundane artifacts. A beeswax seal covering the mouth was dislodged during the excavation process, revealing 661, after which the site was secured by the Foundation. The notes of presumed deceased enabled the isolation of the rest of the artifacts. Interesting. Well, that was that done. Oh, we're on another one already. Oh, is it automatically doing them? Ah, there we go. So we're updating this one, it seems. So yeah, we're not always going to be exploring a site, I guess. Sometimes it is just files, but this is still a good way to learn about SCPs. Looks like it might be a plant or something. It's to be watered twice every day on a regular basis via a large sprinkler system, and that's already watered by local precipitation. Personnel are not allowed to enter the enclosure without level 4 administrative clearance, are quite high, and are advised not to touch it, nor stand beneath them unless wearing proper protective gear. It's important that no one be within the containment area when it begins to shed. However, after shedding is concluded, the collection of fallen petals for assessing purposes has been authorized. Plantation of 300 specimens of a unique type of tree. The trees are similar in appearance to Japanese sakura or cherry blossoms. It bear no fruit, and the only known way of fruit production is by careful own root propagation using cut saplings from an older sample. Petals are a light pinkish colour, slightly translucent, and with a texture of smooth glass. Smooth glass. Oh. Care must be taken when handling the petals, as the edges are razor sharp and can easily slice through flesh if mishandled. Wood and bark are a light greyish colour with a texture expected to wood, although the grain is very smooth to the touch. However, the petals and wood of these trees are much harder than most natural man-made substances, reaching up to 5,000 HB on the Brunel scale, and withstanding temperatures of up to 1,800 degrees Celsius. That's quite high. The weight-to-strength ratio surpasses even that of titanium, being some 15% lighter than aluminium. Despite this hardness, the wood and petals are quite supple and are as pliable as most woods are. Interesting. Both are notoriously difficult to work due to their properties, but under high temperatures, upwards of 1,500 degrees Celsius, separate pieces are capable of being fused together and make excellent armor, shielding, and weapons. Due to the slow growth of the plants, the material is slow to harvest, although the petals are shed regularly enough, falling from the trees twice every year. Okay, cool. So, like, they can make some stuff out of it, but mostly, like, the stuff they would make out of it is, it takes too long to make, so I guess they'd have to make, like, more, like, bullets as opposed to armor and stuff, even though they could. 261. I think I know 261. Level 2 or higher. Dispense must be recorded along with the amount of money entered and the amount of time elapsed between uses. Maybe used only 10 times in a 24-hour period. No transaction exceeding the equivalent of 500 Japanese yen. Item spent should be reviewed by site health and safety officials before consumption. Failure to do so releases the Foundation from any obligation regarding negative effects. Items deemed dangerous or useful to research will be confiscated by site security, with financial compensation provided in proportion to money spent. Appears to be a large black vending machine with no front glass panel and a small keypad on the right side. Oh, is this the coffee machine, but different? Was brought to the Foundation's attention after an investigation of urban legend about a magic vending machine that was circulating on the internet. Was found in a back alley behind a large shopping centre with a handwritten sign saying "Ads Border" in Japanese taped to it. There's no marks for identification of any kind, and no locals remember when or how it came to be in its current location. Appears to be a basic vending machine equipped to vend food and beverage items. After a key was made and the front door opened, no abnormal materials were found, and it's determined that it has never actually contained any food or beverage items. The keypad, while connected and operating correctly, does not activate any of the dispensing mechanisms. When money is placed into 261 and a 3-digit number is entered on the keypad, 261 will vend a random item. 261 has not accepted any currency other than yen, with rejected currency being deposited in the coin return slot. It's unknown how these items appear. However, 261 will not operate when the door is open or when recording devices are placed inside. The number entered on the keypad has no effect on the item vended, nor has any pattern been detected. Items are always some form of snack food and typically have bright, attention-grabbing packaging. It's capable of operating with no external power supply, but operation in this state will cause unstable vending to occur much more quickly than normal. If SCP-261 is used several times for a short period of time and or large amounts of money are entered before an item is vended, we'll start to dispense bizarre items. While still food, their suitability for human consumption is often non-existent. That's weird. I don't think any of the stuff that was on the left here has actually been added. So they got Coke Zero, Cheetos, Black. Okay, Yan Yan, Pepsi Dragon Twist. Flavor identified as dragon fruit. Okay. Dark Side Cola, a can with dark clear plastic sides, packaging in Japanese, liquid inside is clear. When open, liquid appears to react to the end, change dark black over a period of several seconds. Black correlation looks like billowing smoke and cannot be reversed. Liquid taste described as cola with something spicy in it. Ghost. What? Testing done in this instance provided similar results to other contained instances. This marks the first time it's vended another SCP object. Multicolored pyramids. Interesting. Opening the can caused a chemical report reaction with the liquid inside the can. Liquid was apparently not intended for an oxygenated atmosphere and detonated violently, causing several injuries and killing 2 researchers. Testing discontinued, area cleared. Testing area observed smell like citrus for several days. It was either food or drinks, nothing else. How awful. Let's call it an end. Oh, cool. Just about ready. You're not coming. Interesting. Doesn't suit me. Excuse me. What are you talking about? Hi, Carl. We're going to attend the monthly lecture. Monthly lecture. Each month, the Foundation invites someone famous to hold a lecture to share new knowledge and insights pertaining to SCP. For this month's lecture, they invited Dr. Trevor. He holds a high reputation within the Foundation. Senior link to the monthly lecture, just a sec. Sign up for us about to begin. Let's go. SP-1762 and I. Anti-memetics. We should do anti-memetics when we get the chance. It's a level 4 though, so. So far we've just done a bunch of like files with not much else, but now it seems like we're about to actually do an SCP in person. Which is cool, should be fun. Oh?
There are many stories in this world. Some are read widely all over the world. Some are hidden in dust and known only by a handful of people. Today I'm going to tell you a story no one else has heard before. A real story of mystery and wonder and adventure. And then you too will become the guardian of this story. The story takes place in a world of long ago.
Wait, is this the one I think it is?
The hero of our story is a little boy. His name is Daniel.
Is this what I think it's gonna be?
One day, out of nowhere, Daniel got a serious case of chickenpox. It made him look like a strawberry. To make sure he didn't spread it to others, Mrs. Page, the principal, had him isolate in an attic. And so, in the attic he lived, all on his own.
Mr. Daniel, while up here in this attic, you'll have plenty of time to practice your penny whistle. I hope you'll practice well and prepare for next month's art festival.
But Mrs. Page, the melody is so difficult.
Don't give up, boy. You don't give up before you fight.
Not necessarily the best advice to be receiving from a teacher, but
Daniel
fair
was
enough.
reluctant at first, but he trusted Mrs. Page, and he knew he should listen. And so he practiced the penny whistle.
I'm not very good at anything other than a drum kit, so this could go badly. What? ASDF. Okay, cool. Okay, they're just getting me used to the controls currently. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm doing all right. This is all right. Hey, I aced that. I'm so good.
Suddenly, he heard some strange noises in the corner of the attic.
I thought I'd do terribly on that.
Huh? Who's there?
Daniel decided to go over and take a look.
Oh, right. My hands were in the wrong position. It was on ASDF. Oh, there we go. We're actually, wow, much different theme. So we need to go, what, over there? Let's have a look around. It's got some pictures on the wall. It's got a skateboard. I mean, these aren't necessarily his, but I guess they are also his. A little train or a little tent in here. I guess I can't crouch. Can I jump? I can't jump either. Okay, got a little robot, got a little plane. Cool, let's check.
It was a mousetrap, and there was a red origami paper dragon inside of it.
I love this SCP.
Daniel carefully removed it.
This is my favorite SCP.
It was marvelous and beautiful. The only
So
problem
sad.
was part of its wing was damaged. But Daniel found a way to repair it.
Oh, choose items to repair the paper dragon. Okay, well first we need to mark.
Mm-mm.
No, I thought we were gonna have to mark.
Mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm.
Why did I have so many options to him to go? Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Daniel held the repaired paper dragon high up in the air, imagining that it soared over all the world below.
I did. It's interesting sounding. Please go.
He played and played with the paper dragon.
Wee! Woo! Dragon! Soar!
In the warm afternoon sun, Daniel had to fight his eyelids just to keep them open.
And the dragon returned to the box.
Could it be? Or is this all just a dream?
The next day, with boredom and loneliness weighing him down, he began to fiddle with the old radio.
Thank God, I thought I was going to have to play the flute. Ah.
Our town is located in the plains, where earthquakes are not particularly common. Although there are 17 fault zones around us, they are all inactive.
A scrunched up ball of paper rolled over to his feet.
That was my stomach.
Where did this paper ball come from?
Just as Daniel went to pick it up, the ball suddenly came to life.
Thought a cat caught on
and it rolled
fire.
away. Daniel chased after it.
So there it is. Oh, we're in the corner where the box was. Has the box moved? Okay. Well, I mean... Oh, it's really going. Come back here. Okay, I was on top of you for certain then. I don't know if I meant to Oh, there we go.
Just as he was about to seize the rolling paper ball,
A number of
suddenly,
times.
terrible sparks erupted from it.
Oh gosh.
Before his very eyes, the paper ball began to grow, bigger and bigger. At that moment, a red figure suddenly appeared.
It's the red origami dragon.
The red figure quickly subdued the paper ball and threw it into a cardboard box. Daniel studied the red figure carefully. It had a sticker on its fluttering wing. It was the paper dragon.
I wonder if I picked a
I
different
wasn't dreaming.
colour sticker, it would have
Thank you for
reflected
saving
in
me.
this.
Daniel was grateful and very happy. He walked closer to the paper dragon, but the paper dragon seemed timid and afraid and backed away. Just then, Daniel had an idea.
Oh no. We're gonna have to play the flute again.
He took out his penny whistle and slowly played a tune.
Slowly, okay, that's fine. I can do slowly. Ah. Oh, for God's sake, I'm getting kind of bad at this. It's because I'm doing it a little bit too soon and then it's just passing through. Okay. This one's D. A. S. Space. Cool. I messed that up a little bit, but that's fine.
The paper dragon enjoyed the sound very much. It began to move along with the rhythm, flipping up and down in the air. Soon the two were playing and dancing, just like old friends.
Cute. No. No.
The paper dragon traced out a
Oh,
beautiful
okay.
arc in the
It's
air,
fine.
communicating with Daniel in a unique way.
It turned into paper. I thought... Huh?
My cherished friend, after many long years, we finally meet again. Tell me, how has your family been? A great thank you for playing that music for me. You know how I love the beautiful rhythm of that instrument. But we ought to take precautions, as the room is not stable. Do you still remember how the room works? You're welcome to visit any time.
The piece of paper then changed back into the shape of a paper dragon and flew into the cardboard box. The box closed shut, and a calm silence was restored to the attic. Daniel rushed to find a watercolor pen and marked the box with excitement in his fingertips.
Baby dragons.
Over the next few days, the paper dragon came out often to play with Daniel. During this time, Daniel introduced many of his friends to the paper dragon.
Doesn't he have chicken pox?
That cat's name is Mrs. Carter.
I see.
Ever since I secretly fed her some fish for dinner, we've been good friends. That's Duke, Mrs. Jessica's pet. He doesn't like rainy days or Mrs. Carter. Only smoked sausages fit his taste.
Why is he able to tree in this image?
And now, we are friends too. My name is Daniel. What's your name?
The paper dragon flapped its wings as if it didn't understand him.
Well, since you like the sound of the penny whistle so much, why don't I just call you Penny? I'll keep practicing to make it sound better.
Daniel and Penny then played baseball together in the attic.
Let's play cat.
Please be careful. Oh. Okay, this is so cool. Look at it flying there. Oh. Sorry, a bit hard.
But just as they were in the middle of enjoying themselves, a violent shaking suddenly rose from the ground.
The stubborn earthquake is back at it, folks, and it seems even stronger than last time.
At this moment, the box suddenly shot open.
Oh no.
Thick clouds of smoke
No.
billowed out, followed by several paper balls.
No!
Penny attacked the paper balls without a moment's hesitation and promptly threw them back into the box. Penny then flew around in front of Daniel and rushed right back into the box. As the box closed, the earthquake stopped. Facing a friend's farewell without a formal goodbye, Daniel felt confused and lost. He moved the box to the center of the attic. Facing it, he practiced his penny whistle day in and day out. As the days went by, Daniel's playing became smoother.
Oh no.
One day,
Oh, okay, it's
the
fine.
box suddenly began to move.
Paper balls.
Huh?
1, 2, 3, 4. This time there were 4 paper dragons. But they weren't alone. Enemies began to jump out of the box too.
Earthquake! Another earthquake! This time it's reached a magnitude of 5.8!
In that small attic, the 4 paper dragons fought fiercely against the paper balls. This time, the paper balls used new tactics. They clumped together into a single monstrous ball of paper. It began to shoot strong bursts of electric sparks at the paper dragons as they flew through the air. As they were hit, The paper dragons fell from the air, one after the other. Seeing the injured paper dragons, Daniel felt very distressed and anxious. Just then, one of the paper dragons painfully started to fly and gathered the remainder of its power. The paper dragon transformed into a great beam of light and dove straight down to pierce through the monstrous paper ball. And then came another paper dragon. The monstrous paper ball was blasted to bits, exploding into smaller paper balls. Trembling, they struggled to escape back into the box. The sacrificed paper dragons were reduced to swirling shreds of paper, and a silence pervaded. Peace and tranquility were restored once again to the attic. Daniel saw the remaining 2 paper dragons lying on the floor, badly wounded. He rushed to grab some stickers and treated them at once.
Oh wow. There's actually a gateway in there. So 2 of them died.
Suddenly, countless paper dragons began to gush from the box. The 2 wounded paper dragons were repaired and began to fly. Like 2 colored threads, they merged with the other dragons, flying in unison. The dragons moved like a tide, flying freely through the attic. Daniel eagerly took out his penny whistle. He showed all his paper dragon friends the results of his hard work and practice.
I love this story. Oh no. I'm gonna proceed to mess everything up. Oh, it's so bad. Oh. Spoke too soon. Oh gosh, 2 at the same time. Oh no. I really don't want to mess this one up. This one seems like it's more of a, Oh, almost messed that one up. There we go. I think.
In the sweet
Nailed that one.
melody of his playing, Daniel felt himself enter into the world of dragons.
Oh, whoa, we're actually in their world. It's very stormy, though. Ah! Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Wait, but...
The paper dragons merged into a long letter and floated down towards Daniel to tell their story.
After the last war, the fantasy world enjoyed a long spell of peace and stability. But now, the giants have returned. They have launched ferocious attacks, trying to invade your world through the room. We are prepared to launch the final defense. Then we will have to destroy your room, for it is the last remaining entryway into your world. Please believe this farewell will only be temporary. We will not be apart forever, and we will never forget our eternal mission of protecting you.
At that moment, the paper dragons flew back into the box. Daniel still couldn't fully understand what the paper dragons had meant, but he had a vague feeling in his heart that he may never see his new friends again. A few days later, Daniel's chickenpox had fully recovered. He could now play the penny whistle very, very well. But the paper dragons never returned. Maybe it was time to leave and move on.
Earthquake warning! Magnitude 6.2! A massive earthquake is hitting our town! All townspeople, please leave your houses immediately and move to safe open spaces!
Just then, countless paper dragons shot from the cardboard box. However, it seemed like they were under attack, spinning and falling through the air in confusion.
What's happening?
Daniel quickly grabbed the stickers out from his bag and did his best to heal the injured paper dragons.
No! Some of them are dying! Don't die! No! More! Oh, wait, I'm coming! Why are so many dying?
But the paper balls swarmed together and pushed Daniel away,
No!
subduing him firmly in the corner. He couldn't move. Suddenly, ominous clouds rose from the box, and a violet lightning flashed through the room. The figure of a giant slowly emerged from the thick clouds, and the entire attic became overwhelmed with its evil aura.
The earthquake is growing stronger, now with a magnitude of 7.1! Heaven almighty, are we doomed?
The giant unleashed its power maniacally. The paper dragons struggled against it, with no means of fighting back. At this critical moment, two paper dragons shined brilliantly. Together, they heroically crashed their bodies into the giant. Daniel thought the giant had been defeated by the paper dragons, but soon he found that things would probably not be so simple. The giant's figure could still be seen in the thick smoke, looking evil and terrible. The attacks of the paper dragons had had no effect, and the giant had only grown stronger. It fought back with a new ferocity. The paper dragons were simply no match for it.
The earthquake is going stronger still! The greatest disaster this town has seen in over 100
With the paper dragons now all but defeated, Daniel spotted a frail figure in the distance. It was Penny. It flew gently in front of Daniel and affectionately rubbed its head against his fingers, as if this whole crisis had never happened. Daniel felt like Penny was trying to tell him something, but he didn't quite understand what. Penny then left Daniel and soared into the air with a determination in its wings. Suddenly, the other paper dragons seemed to be summoned. They flew through the air, all together in unison, responding to the call without an ounce of hesitation. At that moment, Penny turned into a great red beam and rushed fast towards the giant. The other dragons followed, shining together like a shooting star. At that moment, Daniel seemed to see a real dragon flying.
No!
A huge explosion from the impact drowned out everything else in the attic. The attic rained down with countless pieces of paper, the leftover scraps of the paper dragons. Daniel wanted to collect all of the pieces. He thought he could still fix them.
This story always makes me feel sad.
Goodbye, my friend.
Just got an achievement, a touching story.
The earthquake has stopped. With God's mercy, our town is safe. We thank you, Lord, for your protection.
Yeah, dragons.
A few days later, the art
That's
festival
shit.
was held as scheduled. Daniel attended the show with his penny whistle.
No, I was pressing F, not D.
And now, Daniel Trevor will perform a penny whistle solo of a song titled Fly With Me.
Here we go. This is so sad. It's my favourite SCP, but it always makes me feel so sad. They're really gonna do me like that. Oh, fuck. Rhythm Master, there we go. I got an achievement for scoring 5,000 points. I thought that would be a thing. How beautiful.
And that's how the story ends. Now, you might be wondering, what happened next? Are there still paper dragons in the world? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. But I believe that they are still protecting us somewhere in this world, just like they promised they would, forever, into eternity.
Well, that's a nicer ending than the here were dragons. Oh no. I love that story. This is his favorite SCP too. I also didn't realize it's Dr. Daniel who gave the lecture, and it was Daniel who's the name of the kid. And I'm now entirely adjusted to the job, that the content of my work is to simply process archive files as work that will never bore me. A few absurd jokes aside, most of the archives are really rather fascinating. I've been having hallucinations lately. I feel like someone is calling me, a voice low and uncertain. Seems to be trying to communicate with me, but I cannot understand a single word they say. In fact, I plan on seeing a doctor, but Zoe told me it was the typical rookie syndrome and will clear up in a few days. I certainly hope that is the case. Was that the 14th of the 9th, 2012? I wonder if this is going to end on Doomsday in 2012. Which a lot of people on the internet argue is when the world was never the same again. Okay, cool, right. I'm going to end this video here. I think that was a really good one to end on. Yeah. Here Be Dragons, my favourite SCP. It's Designation 1792, I think. Yeah, absolute favourite SCP. Always makes me sad hearing that story. This is a slightly different variation on what it is. I'm pretty sure is it SP Unity had the box burn up, if I'm remembering correctly, or at least the dragons burn up. And I think on the wiki it's slightly different as well. In fact, I think we have one more file to do for it, don't we? Or do we not? No, this is a different one. So, yeah, I'm going to end it here. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming along and watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you like that story as well and could get past my bad musical game skills. I'm always bad at music in games. I don't know why. But, yeah, it's not my forte at all. But, yeah, so thank you, everyone, for coming along and watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure to check out more content on the channel. Leave a comment below on what you enjoyed. Yeah, go join the Discord as well. There's links down below for all my socials and just about on the channel as well. And if you're interested, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is coming out on the 18th, I think it is. Well, we're on the 7th now, which is a Monday. So yeah, I think the 18th. I will be doing a stream of that when I receive it. It should be on the 18th. I need to check my delivery date. But yeah, so I'll be doing a stream of that. I'll be playing it a bit by myself, hopefully a bit with Claudia as well. And we'll be showing off the kind of multiplayer functionality of that. So yeah, but it's going to be a very fun time, and I'm going to be recording some videos about it on the channel as well. So make sure to go check that out if you're at all interested in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's the 18th of November. I will post an update in the Discord and on Twitter about when I'll stream it, when I receive the game, when I can stream it, you know, if the delivery is delayed, all of that kind of thing, and when that stream will be. So if you want to get information on that, make sure to follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and you'll be able to see all of that. Thank you everyone so much. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Thank you everyone so much for coming along and watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I will see you back here on the next episode. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.